Hi, I'm Alyssa Hoshiki. You probably have no idea who I am, and this is probably going to be your first encounter with me, more or less. I hope not. I am doing this for the very first time. I never really did a proper YouTube video before because I thought that I never needed it. I guess now is the time because I have been a content creator for around 6 years, and I think I would like to talk about an announcement that I want to make and my experiences with content creation and why I have decided that I'm gonna stop streaming. Which is gonna be a little weird because I'm technically a nobody trying to do something like a somebody. So why would you care? Well, actually you shouldn't care, but also maybe you should if you wanna get into content creation. If you have no idea, or if you were like me and started somewhere where you probably shouldn't have started. So 6 years ago, I'm just gonna jump right in. Got my first iPad, got Procreate. I was fascinated. I thought I was gonna be the artist. I'm gonna sell so much stuff. I'm gonna start a small business. I just graduated art school. I'm working as a part-time photographer. I'm gonna get it all. Especially because I'm gonna do so much promoting, so many pictures, and so on and so forth. In the end, I burned more money than I actually made. It's not that bad, I think. Honestly, I feel like it was that bad. But in hindsight, I learned a lot from it. I had a big dream. I still dream big. It's not like I stopped dreaming big. It's just that my plans massively changed. Do I still want to get art out there? Yes. Do I want to do it the way that I wanted to do it before? Hell no. Absolutely not. With a small business came a lot of frustration too. You had to do your own art, you had to print, and most of the time you didn't even have the funds to get someone to make the prints, the stickers, and so on. Like, I have a lot of stationery still left that is blank. And the only thing that I had that benefited me from this whole thing is my old iPad and the printer that I still have. It's not it's not a lot, but it is a little win. And I mean, I've done it for like a year. I'll be real with you, it drove me insane. I genuinely mean it. It was bad. So the small business was sort of quit / on pause, mostly because I did it over coffee and not on Etsy, which was probably also one of my mistakes. I don't know, a small business is a lot of responsibility. So that dream sort of just died after making that experience because I didn't really make a lot of sales as I thought that I would, even though I really tried to make everything work in product. It got complicated. After that, I kind of just floated around. I started to just draw. I drew whatever I could. I made like a Greek god series where I drew Greek gods, how I think they would look like. I made zodiac character designs. I started to expand a story with OCs in a supernatural world. It was a whole thing. It's still one of my favorites. I just don't engage in it anymore because I don't have the time. As an artist who has done a lot of stuff and who has just done art content mostly, I can say that starting 2022, life started to look brighter because that was my first encounter with VTubers. It was during the golden time of Niji Sanji back when Luxium and Noctix freshly debuted. And that's how I kind of just like found them all, right? I found my love to VTubing, but also I have found people that I've used to watch, like Amelie, and I really admired what she's done, and I really loved her model, and I was like, I want to do that, I want to be that. And I thought joining Niji Sanji and auditioning for Niji Sanji was going to lead me to that path. So what I've done is I made a character based off of what I think they would like, because I thought that if I pitched them a whole character and a concept as well as bringing out content that would probably fascinate them, that it would be like an easy, I'm getting that job. It was not. It was like the most dreadful 2 years of my entire life, and I have realized that after the Doki Bird incident. The past 2 years that I have applied to Niji Sanji from 2022 to 2024, or 2023, because that was my last audition, I kind of just realized that, I mean, it was for the better that I didn't get accepted, but it was also very educational. But the issue was always that, and I'm just gonna put that out there, I used to have no high-speed internet. I used to basically just do art and use my creativity and a little bit of a dream to audition. And I would always tick off that I don't have high-speed internet, and then I would write down that I don't have it yet. And every single time that I did that, I noticed that I did not get picked. So literally, essentially, they didn't look at my audition because I did not have high-speed internet, which is ridiculous, by the way. You know, a person can still make good content or live streaming content if they don't have high-speed internet yet. Like, there are issues out there, right? Which I found interesting, because it's nice that you can see a person's talent based off of if their internet is fast or not. And it was kind of ridiculous when I realized that this is exactly what they're doing. Because I personally thought that every time I offered, I was like, oh, maybe I was not good enough. Maybe I didn't see. And then they finally saw my auditions in October 2023. And God, it was literally just the internet thing, because I had the followers, I had the portfolio, I had everything down to perfection. Everything that I could provide to perfection, right? And they never looked at it because of my internet connection. It turned out to be the most ridiculous thing that I have ever experienced, because why would you do that? That is weird. Yeah, and maybe that also happened to other people too, who, in case we're wondering why you probably were not accepted or even looked at, maybe it was because of your internet connection. Nowadays I just make jokes out of it, because what else can I do? That's how I cope. And partially I'm glad that I did apply to Niji Sanji like 6 or 7 times, because without it I wouldn't be here. I wouldn't have this persona, because after I pitched my first persona, I actually sat down and thought about it more and more and more of who I want to be and what I wanted to present. And I did that while watching Niji Sanji streams. I watched them all, like all 26 when they were still active back then. And I heard one of them, I think, like, it was during a collab that I watched the live stream of. And I think it was Vox Akuma that said, oh yeah, Niji Sanji needs a pirate. My very first concept, which sticked for the next 2 years, was Alyssa, the space pirate. I started off as a space pirate. I made like a whole concept. I made lore. I made voice lines. The funny thing is, I put it all in a Google Drive that I added into the what else would you like for us to see. And there were like content lists, there were ideas for things, product ideas, I basically pitched them a whole brand along with the things that I envisioned to do to kind of just make the agency profit and benefit off of me. And I say this all the time after I've got there and after everything went down in the negative, that I'm so glad that I did not get even remotely close to Niji Sanji at all, because they would have taken so much advantage of me. I would have let them take advantage of me, because all I wanted was to join and to be there. I wanted to be a part of it. I did not care how much advantage they would have taken of me. I would have seen it as recognition of my hard work being paid off, because I used to be so obsessed with gaining my freedom based off of what other people expect from me, so that I can buy my freedom, so that I can make money. Essentially, the reason why I wanted to join Niji Sanji was to live a dream that I always wanted to live, be sort of an idol that also does a lot of art, you know, be artistic, creative, but also entertain, and just the money to buy myself the freedom that I wanted. Of course, it never worked out, and I was devastated after that because I really like put my all in it, right? Like my old accounts were covered in old art, in daily live streams. Like at some point, my life just consisted fully of work and nothing else, with the only goal being that I wanted to join Niji Sanji. I learned how to edit videos. I learned how to properly voice act. I learned how to record and mix music, and I essentially also did more character design. My art improved. Like I only learned the techniques and everything else that I needed for myself, where I thought that I'm gonna get in, and I did not get in. And mind you, my daily plan was consistent of art for Twitter and TikTok, and then during a specific time of the day, I would stream for a max of 2 hours, and that every single day. I used to use a PNG because I did not want to invest in a VTube model. I did not want to do my own VTube model because I thought if I'm pitching something to this agency and they started to see my stuff and now I have to work harder to actually get in, no way in hell am I going to start like becoming an actual VTuber if I'm gonna leave anyways, right? I saw my position as completely temporary, which is also a mistake. It was probably one of my biggest mistakes, because if I would have put the work in properly, I would have probably become a proper streamer. I would probably push for a partner right now. But I never took it serious because I was like, oh, you know, I don't really care. I just want to join this agency. I just thought that I could get this job, get money, and live my dream the way that I wanted to live it, and also buy my own freedom and just leave everything behind that I didn't want to have around me anymore. And also because of the people. I mean, it's the principle of never meet your heroes, right? Ever since they went downhill with the whole agency, nowadays I wouldn't want to join for the people. Nowadays, I wouldn't join at all because the people that I really liked have already left anyway. You know, I've always admired Matara-kan. I always admired Doki Bird, Mint, and so on. I've always loved their vibes, and I thought that joining that agency was going to have me just be around my Oshis. Simple as that. Of course, that dream kind of just died when the whole Doki Bird thing came out. And because I was more on her side than on Niji Sanji's side, it gave me a reality check. It held me at the throat and just went, well, it's time for you to actually wake up and see that not everything is sunshine and rainbows. It kind of just made me float around. I did not know what I wanted to do. I also didn't want to latch to the next agency, especially after everything that I've been through with auditioning for the past 2 years. I guess it was time for me to debut my model, and that's basically how I became Alyssa. I actually started to join the VTuber community more or less. I went in and I met people. I made my experiences. Some of them were okay, some of them were just plain bad, and some of them have traumatized me up until this day. But all in all, I don't really regret where I'm now, because even if I made bad experiences, I still met people that I really like. But I also had to deal with a lot of the aftertaste. The aftertaste of 2 years of hard work going down the drain. Wanting to audition and wanting to be a part of that, it was basically part of my identity and part of my pride, right? The interesting thing is that the people that I've gotten to know, that I've told my story to, like some of them, they were sort of just weird about it. It was people that were already where they wanted to be in life and as a streamer, where they were like, oh yeah, you just wanted the fame. That's not controversial. And it was, to me, it was never about the fame. If it was about the fame, I would have networked early on. Like literally, I would have gone out there 2022 with a different identity. And I would have quite literally tried to climb the social ladder. If it was about fame for me, you wouldn't see me here. I would be somewhere else and someone else. To have the gall to say, oh yeah, you know, it's because of the fame. The rest of your work doesn't really fucking matter. Yeah, I hate you too. Don't worry about it. And maybe it wasn't that deep. But to me, it's always gonna be that deep, you know? You gotta normalize not shitting on other people's experiences, especially because everyone makes different experiences. Also, because no matter what experiences you make, you kind of just can't compare to other people. Like, joining Niji Sanji did not mean for me that I wanted to be famous. It meant for me that I'm gonna buy my freedom. It meant to me that I'm going to be able to leave everything that was dreadful to me for the rest of my life. It was for me to meet the people that I admired the most, that worked the hardest, and to connect to people that I admired outside of that agency, you know? And no one really kind of understood that. After that, I learned that I don't want to be everybody's friend. I don't want to be everybody's friend. I don't want to have everyone as my contact. I want to be by myself. I want to be left alone. I don't like the VTubing community. I realized that I can be a VTuber without making the experience of being part of the VTubing community. I can make videos by myself, I can draw by myself, and I certainly don't need to stream. And I started actively streaming 2024. I would have liked to put all of that into making YouTube videos and music. And that's what I'm gonna do nowadays. Because I have noticed that streaming is actually really dreadful to me. It isn't fun. It was never really fun. And honestly, I thought that I had fun, and I tried to convince myself that it was amazing. To be honest, it was not. The only time I genuinely had fun was when I was collabing with my friends, when I was doing something with other people. I still come back to stream every once in a while when I have friends that I collab with. But I don't think I want to like actively stream by myself. I'm just not made to be a live entertainer. And I've had so much more fun doing all of this, especially also right now with the announcement. I don't think I need to tell you again. What I am going to tell you though is that even when you are a streamer, you can also do something else. You don't have to stream all the time. You can also just make YouTube videos. You can make short form videos. Like, I've started putting more effort into my art, short form videos, and thought about YouTube videos for a while now, rather than doing something that I would find dreadful as hell. And the thing is, I'm not gonna fully quit streaming either. I'm just going to take like a break until I get hit up with, oh, do you want to collab? Or something special is going on, like a birthday or something. Other than that, I'm not streaming. I'm gonna do YouTube videos. I'm gonna work on character design breakdowns. I'm gonna do speed paints. I'm gonna just explain things that I've drawn, that I've created, that are really easy, really simple, like how to make VTuber logos for free. And just the overall general working on commissions and just showing off the result of things and why I designed a certain thing a certain way. As dreadful as it sounds, yeah, I'm not a big fan of live streaming anymore. Not for myself. I just feel like I'm not made for it, which is fine. If you are where I am right now, just try to make YouTube videos. Make YouTube videos with friends. Like, look at cringy asterisks. It's not that hard. Read cringy asterisks with your friends and comment on them. Make a tier list and see where it goes. Make your mom react to characters that she's never seen before. Or, I don't know, something. It's not gonna be horrendous. You're gonna be fine. And even if you take a few years to figure it out, who cares? Genuinely, who cares? I'm 25, I'm pushing 26. I'm very close to being ancient. And I have come further in my life than before. I went out of my shell, I got better at art, I'm offering commissions on VGen. Link in my description, by the way. I have overall done so much more and so much better without live streaming than with live streaming. And that's not to say that live streaming didn't give me anything nice. It gives me money every once in a while. And also, streaming is sometimes just such a gamble. You don't have to be a VTuber that streams. VTubers, it basically just refers to virtual YouTubers, which also means that you can quite literally make YouTube videos. So you're gonna be fine. Another thing that I would like to mention as someone that does YouTube videos now and that used to live stream a lot, honestly, your business can sometimes, because people can slip up, people can say the wrong things, people can do the wrong things, and when you slip up and enough people are watching, it either is going to follow you for the rest of your life, or you're just gonna sound really weird, or someone is gonna bring up business that is not for them to bring out into public, and it makes you feel a bit weird because it takes you by surprise. Because what are you supposed to say to an accusation? What are you supposed to say to something else? There is nothing that you can say. There is nothing that you can do. All you can say is either a defense that doesn't sound believable if you want to lie. You can fall silent, or you have to change the topic all over, or you have to make comedy out of it, which sometimes you don't have a lot of comedy timing. Live streaming is something that makes you nervous. So, and I've seen it time and time again, right? There's slip of the tongues, there is like accidental background leaks. There was this whole, if we remember, all of us, with Uruharushia, where she got a text from Mahu Mahu, and it turned out that they were married. It can happen in a live stream, and you can't really pretend like it never happened if it was an actual thing, or if it was an actual like accusation that you have to now deal with because, well, it's out there. Mind you, by the way, I've only crashed out on live streams. I have never in my life ever slipped up in my live stream. Just putting that out there. I had other people slip up on me on my live streams, but never me. Not me. I only work for VTubers now. I'm literally just an artist for hire at this point that does silly YouTube videos. So yeah, I really hope that there's someone out there that is looking at this and thinking to themselves, wow, that was actually really good advice. I really enjoyed that. Thank you so much, Alyssa. I am very happy that you explained this to me. And if that is the case, then you're very welcome. And I hope that one of you at least got to understand and learn why I'm not gonna stream anymore. But I will come out with a bunch of YouTube videos. I hope you learned something. I hope that I was entertaining enough. And if you stay, like and subscribe. Follow me on my socials. I have a Blue Sky. I have a TikTok. I have VGen if you want to have a model from me. I rig my models. I offer 6-month payment plans. I like making money. I hope to see you next time when I break down maybe a character design, maybe an outfit choice, or something else. Thank you so much for watching, and thank you for choosing me out of all the other people. Goodbye.